Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Tanika. I'm back. I'm so sorry I haven't been uploading much lately. I will get into that a bit later, but in today's video I am going to be playing with new makeup. So I have a bunch of stuff here. Some of it I've tried out, but majority of it I haven't, so I guess this is going to be a mostly first impressions. I have one high-end product and everything else is drugstore. So if you are excited for this video, then give it a thumbs up and let's get into it. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. My hair. Oh my god. So as you would know, I'm growing it back and it is just at that really awkward stage. I actually have this in like a plait. Like I can plait my hair, it's that long. But like, look at this. Not cute. And then this side is just like, what is going on? It's just a hot mess at the moment, and look, we'll get there, okay? We'll get there, but bear with this mess for now, okay? Thank you so much. So starting off with foundation, this is the Jouer, is that how you say it? Jouer? Jouer Essentiel High Coverage Foundation. This one isn't new by any means, but it is one that I've been wanting to try out for a while, and a couple of weeks ago I saw it was on sale at beautybay.com. I don't have a new primer to try, so I'm just going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible Anti-Redness Primer. Oh, just get that on my shirt. God damn it. The other morning I was getting ready for work, putting on my makeup, and I was using my NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, and I had it like in my hand with the lid off, and I just had an itch, went to scratch my ear and just tipped the bottle over my shoulder, tipped it all over the carpet and all over my dressing gown. That was not a good morning. So I picked up the shade Alabaster, and this foundation says it's supreme coverage, lightweight and long wearing. It creates an impeccable airbrush matte finish instantly. Simply smooth a small amount of the concentrated formula onto the skin, yada yada yada. So I'm expecting it to be something like the Marc Jacobs Remarkable. Usually I would cover up my blemishes with some concealer, but because this is meant to be a super high coverage foundation, I'm not going to do that, so I can see, you know, really how full coverage this is. It sounds very liquidy. That's what it looks like there. So it is very liquidy, super fair. Right, I'm just going to dot a little bit around my face. And then I'm going to go in with my Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush. It still feels a little bit tacky. I think I'm kind of lifting it up. I won't do that. It feels very velvety on the skin actually. It's quite nice. Alright, first thing, this is super fair. Like, it might even be too fair. Yeah, I look a bit dead. Definitely need to put some bronzer on. It has a really nice matte velvety finish. The coverage, it's obviously very high, but I am going to put a little bit more on just in some areas, like here on my cheek, my chin, and over here. Okay, pretty much everywhere. It doesn't have a scent, which is really nice, and it does feel really lightweight. It's not heavy at all. Right, I'm just going to go in with a little bit more. And this time I'm going to take my beauty blender to blend that out. Okay, I really like this. It's got a really nice finish. It's not, like, it's matte, but it's not super drying. It's not sticking to any of my dry patches. I do have a few breakouts on my chin. Next, for concealer, I have the Maybelline Fit Me, but this is the new shade Ivory, which actually come to Australia quite quick. I'm very, very surprised. So the shade range, I think it was 10 light and then 15 fair, but 15 fair was actually lighter than 10. But saying that, 15 still wasn't very fair anyway. So I am super happy that shade 5 has been released. I'll quickly do a swatch comparison of 15 next to 5 so you can see the difference. I used to use 15 under my foundation to cover blemishes. It definitely wasn't light enough to use under my eyes, but shade 5 Ivory is light enough. So on the top there, you've got 5 Ivory, and on the bottom is 15 fair. So you can see there is a major, major difference. So if you're in Australia and you love this concealer, I would run down to Priceline now and pick it up. I actually got mine on sale the other day. I think it was 40% off, so it was only like $8 or $9. So yeah, sorry about my lack of videos lately. The last couple of weeks I've been busy on my normal filming day. The first one, I actually had an appointment at the allergy specialist at the hospital for this whole hive problem. And I was super excited, thought I was gonna get some answers, but the doctor was just, I did not like him. I was telling him I think it's got something to do with fragrance. That tends to be the, you know, common occurrence for when I break out. And he was kind of laughing. Like, I said to him, so I saw one doctor first and he like got all the details and then said, all right, I'll go get the specialist and we'll go over this with him. And so the first doctor, I was telling him that like I'm really worried about my wedding day, and I started to get teary and I was just like, I don't want to break out on my wedding day. Like, it's making me anxious thinking about it. Like, I just, like, help. And he was really nice and kind. He gave me tissues. He was like, don't worry. I was like, I feel like I'm being dramatic. Like, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's still annoying. He's like, you're not being dramatic. You're young, you work, it interrupts your daily life. Like, I understand. I was like, thank you. And then the specialist doctor comes in and he sits down and he's like, so you worried about your wedding? And like, that was his attitude the entire time. And I was trying to hold back tears because I was just so frustrated. I don't have a new powder, so I'm going in with my Models Prefer Mineral Finishing Veil. I'm going to set under my eyes and then lightly set my face because I don't think this full coverage matte foundation is going to need a lot of powder. So yeah, I told him like it might be perfume, and he was pretty much like, that's not an allergy, that couldn't be. And I was like, well, you know, after an hour or so I break out. And he was like, that wouldn't happen, it would happen straight away. Well, I was just like, I don't know, you're meant to be the specialist. Like, I'm telling you my symptoms, don't just brush them off like they're non-existent. Like, that was the vibe I was getting, and he was just really pissing me off. So anyway, I went and had some blood tests, and the doctor, the first doctor, the nice one, rang me back the other day and said that they actually found some bacteria in my gut. So he's going to send me out some antibiotics to fix that. He said they're not 100% sure if that's the problem, but it could be causing your hives. So I'm like, so I still don't know, but you know, I'm gonna do some research for myself. And yeah, I'll probably take those antibiotics and see what happens from there. Okay, I am absolutely loving how this foundation looks. Oh my god. Next, for complexion products, I have a bunch more stuff here from designer brands. So first up, I'm going to be using this Glow Get 'Em Pressed Bronzer, and this is in the shade Chestnut. It actually looks quite cool, so I'm excited to use that. And then there is the Blush Up Complexion palette, which has 3 different shades. This one in the middle is just gonna be a no. I think I'll use this one for blush. This one on the end is actually quite cool, so I might use that for contour. I'll just compare it next to the bronzer for you. It's actually a really nice shade. And then for the bronzer, I actually have a new brush. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. As you would probably know, I always use the Zoeva 126 for my bronzer, but I thought I should really, you know, just branch out a bit, see what else is out there. So I picked up this e.l.f. brush from iHerb, and it is a bit bigger. It is a lot bigger than my Zoeva brush, but it kind of has a similar shape. Okay, I feel like I'm digging into this bronzer and just not much is coming off. There's a little bit there. Come on though, I need color. Look at me. This is actually a really nice shade. It's not too orange. And then my other filming day when I was busy, it was actually my sister's 21st birthday. So my mum and my 3 sisters, we all went out for a pamper day. We went up the coast to like a spa retreat kind of thing. Usually on your 21st, you'd think you'd be, you know, getting rowdy, having some drinks, going out, but my sister is pregnant. It is going to be the first baby in our family. We are so excited. She's having a little girl, so it's like, I'm gonna be an auntie. So that's why we went and had a pamper day instead of getting lit. But it was so nice. Like, we got the robes, and then we went and got massages, and then we got to go in like this big hydro pool. It's just like a giant spa pretty much, and like just massages you. And yeah, and then afterwards we got little snacks and a little drink. It was really nice. And then I'm going in with this blush here from the little palette. I think that's a really nice blush shade, just really gives a nice flush of color to the cheeks. And by the way, both the bronzer and the blush are matte. So for highlighter, I have the Vivid Glow Illuminator palette. So as you can see, this one comes with 3 shades. It says that they are holographic illuminators. Mix them together or use alone. They're highly pigmented and ultra blendable. Now, I probably won't be using the purple shade. That's just not my jam. So let me swatch the other 2. Oh, they actually look quite nice. I'm not sure if the colors are gonna suit me though. So this here is the more yellowy shade, and this one is like the peachy. It's not really showing up that well on the swatches. But when I just rub my fingers in it, I can definitely see the holographicness that they're talking about, you know? They don't feel that bad to swatch either. Usually cheaper highlighters feel quite chalky and I don't really like them, but not bad. All right, I'm going to be using a more fluffy brush just so that it's not too pigmented, because they do look quite dark, so I don't want to have a stripe of color. I want it, you know, just to blend into the skin. So a fluffy brush will help, you know, to get that effect. This is the Morphe E61 brush, and I'm going in with that middle peachy shade. Okay, hello. Okay, it's there, but it's very subtle. I might actually put a tiny bit of the more yellow gold shade just here, just a little. I can definitely see that it's like the color's shifting. I think I might try my Sigma F03 highlighter brush. This one is a lot more dense, so it's going to pack the color on. The exact opposite of what the other brush was doing. So let's see if using this brush makes it a bit more highlighty. Okay. All right, that definitely packs it on more. I was just afraid of the colors, which is why I went in with the lighter, fluffier brush, but they work all right. I don't think I'm going to dip into this highlighter all the time, but it is nice. Alright, moving on to brows, I have a new product here. This is the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer in the shade 300 Blonde. So as you can see, this one has a retractable angle tip applicator. It says that it allows for a firm, precise stroke, while the soft spoolie brush at the end helps to shape and fluff the brows. Oh, this is definitely a little short and fat spoolie. I think that looks pretty nice. It's a nice color, nice and cool toned. I thought it was going to be a bit difficult to use because of the angled tip, but it wasn't that bad. You could draw a nice line on the bottom there, little strokes, and then I could turn it to fill in the rest of my brow, so not too bad. And I think that it still looks really natural as well. I am really impressed with that. I love the shade. It was actually super easy to apply. It's not too pigmented, but it's not like too dry. And I think my brows just look really natural. And then for brow gel, I have another product from Designer Brands. This is the Brow Power Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Taupe. This one does have quite a big wand, so I'm a little bit nervous. I think the color is a little dark. I would prefer maybe if they have like blonde or something, but it definitely made my brows look nice and fluffy, so that's good. For the eyes, I have the Maybelline Total Temptation Shadow and Highlight Palette. I don't think I've ever tried an eyeshadow palette from Maybelline, so I hope this one's good. I really like the shades. So this row, you've got your warm shades. These three here are matte, and then you've got your shimmer up the top. And then over here, you've got your cool purpley shades. These three are matte, and this one here is the shimmer. And then these two shades in the middle are meant to be highlighting shades. Again, the purple, no, thank you. This gold does look a little bit dark, but I'll just give it a swatch. That's what it looks like there. I hope you can see it. It's got a really nice shift, but that'll be way too dark for my skin tone, so I'm sure it'll make a beautiful eyeshadow. The lipstick I'm using today is a warm tone, so I'm going to go in with the warm tone eyeshadows. This is what they look like swatched. You've got the shimmer up the top and then the three mattes. First up, I'm just going to prime my eyelid with the Maybelline concealer, and then we'll go in with the eyeshadows. Just starting out with the lightest matte shade, I'm going to use this as my transition. So for that shade, I used the black brush there, which is the Sigma E40. And for the next shade, I'm going in with the Sigma E25, which is quite similar, it's just a little smaller. So going in with that next shade down, I'm going to put this on the outer corner and blend it through the crease, but not as high. So what else has been happening? Oh my god, you'll never believe what I'm finally doing. Wedding planning. Oh my god, it's something that I've just been kind of putting off, but procrastinating a little. Like, I just feel like life is already so busy. I'm like, how am I gonna have time to plan a wedding? Like, how? So I had a chat to Clinton, and we've come up with a plan that will just take a little bit of stress off of me so that I can do some wedding planning. And it sounds so simple, but it actually really helps. Thursday night is my wedding planning night, and on Thursday nights, Clinton is going to cook dinner. So that just takes a little bit of pressure off me so that I can sit down, do some research and figure it out. Clinton really, really hates cooking. Like, he just can't stand it. So I do most of the cooking. Like, I don't expect him to do it if he hates it that much. Like, I'm happy to do it. I like cooking, I like planning out my meals, so I'm more than happy to do it. But I just asked if you could just cook dinner one night so that I can wedding plan. That would really take the pressure off. And he's like, yeah, that's all good. I like write out all the meals on like a planner. And so I left the Thursday spots blank for him, and he wrote down his little meals in there that he's gonna be cooking for the next couple of weeks. So I'm pretty excited. But anyway, we actually found a venue that we really, really love. It is just, the aesthetic is just, oh, it's our style, and it seems pretty affordable. So I need to book in a date to go check it out. All right, as you can see, this eyeshadow, there is quite a bit of fallout. It does just wipe away quite easy though. Then I'm going to take my Sigma E, oh, okay. This one I used is the Sigma E35. My writing has come off a little bit. So this brush here is the Sigma E25. So I'm going to use this one next, going in with that dark brown to deepen up the outer corner. But yeah, we're pretty excited about this wedding venue. I can't wait to go check it out. I really hope it's perfect because the venue hunting is, well, I just don't like it. I just feel like it's so difficult trying to find a place that, you know, has everything you want and at a cost that's within your budget as well. It's like, oh my God, like you find these beautiful places and then it's like, that's $20,000. But yeah, I'll definitely keep you updated on the process and how I'm going. So this Thursday, I'm going to start looking at photographers and videographers because I think that is going to be like my next big thing. I really want, you know, of course you want them to be perfect. So that's gonna require a lot of research. Okay, that brown shade had so much fallout, but the good thing is that it's not, like I can just wipe it away and it doesn't stay on the skin. Not very pigmented, don't really like it that much. I did just go ahead and put a mixture of those 3 shades under my eye as well. And then I'm going to go in with the shimmer shade and just apply this all over my lid. And I'm going to wet it with my Fix Plus as well. Okay, so overall, I'm not the biggest fan of these eyeshadows. I think the shades are really nice and they do blend out super easily, like there's no patchiness whatsoever, but the pigmentation just isn't quite there, and especially this shimmer shade, it looks really dull, and that is wetting it with Fix Plus as well. So yeah, I've definitely had worse experiences with drugstore eyeshadows, but you know, this one isn't the best either. I'm actually just going to try the shimmer with my finger, just to get a little bit more pigmentation. I don't like using my finger though, because I just feel like I'm trying to put eyeshadow on with a freaking sausage. Moving on, I'm going to put some eyeliner in my tight line. This one is the Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer. And then I'm going in with the mascara from the Total Temptation range. I really, really love the packaging of this mascara. I think it is just so sleek and trendy. And then the wand is a typical mascara wand, nice and fluffy. We all know that's my jam. So I have been using this mascara over the last couple of weeks and I've really been loving it. It does a really nice job at like separating the lashes and making them look nice and full and fluffy. And then for lipstick, I have one here from the L'Oreal and Balmain collection. This is in the shade Fever. How freaking beautiful is this packaging? Like, I do have a few others as well. So there's a blue packaging and the black. Oh, they're just so pretty. This shade here I haven't tried yet. I really love the color. I hope it suits me. I'm just going to quickly line my lips with a nude liner to get the shape. And then lastly, we need to set everything in place. So I'm going in with the Designer Brands Spray and Set. Ooh. Okay, that smells really nice. The mister is quite like, bam. Let me see if I can do something about this hair situation and I'll be right back. Shit. Alright, well this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching today. I'm just going to quickly run over my thoughts on each of the products. I know this video is probably getting quite long, so stick with me. So first up, the foundation. I really love this. The coverage, amazing. It feels so lightweight on the skin. I do think it is just a bit too fair. I think if I went a bit heavier with the bronzer, I could make it work a bit more. It has settled into my fine lines on my forehead already, and it is settling into some lines around my mouth, which doesn't usually happen. But what I think I'll do next time is I will cover up my blemishes with a concealer, and that way I don't think I'll put on as much foundation. I do like to layer it on when I have blemishes because I like everything to be covered. For the purpose of this video, I think it was great to see how the foundation performs and how it actually covers up my redness and my pigmentation. But next time I'll definitely use a concealer so that I don't cake on the foundation. If you do want to see a full in-depth review on this foundation, then just leave me a comment down below. Next is the Maybelline concealer. I absolutely love this. I love how fair the shade is now. It is just, oh, it's so good. This is a really nice medium coverage, really lightweight concealer, really great for under the eyes. It doesn't give you that super bright look, but it's perfect for everyday wear. And then we have the Designer Brands face products. So first up, the bronzer. I really like the shade, but I just wish it was a bit more pigmented. I felt like I really had to build it up, and even then, I feel like I could put a bit more bronzer on, you know? But the shade, nice and cool, so definitely a good option if you're super fair. And then we have the blush palette. So this shade here worked super well for a contour, loved that. This blush shade was also really nice. I do feel like it's kind of faded though, so not sure how it goes on longevity. I'll definitely test it out and keep you updated in future videos. And then there's the illuminating palette. I don't know, like I think it does look nice. It's a really nice subtle highlighter and it blended super well into the skin. It doesn't look chalky at all, which is just amazing because it's so affordable. But it's just the whole holographic thing, you know? I just, I don't know. I'll keep playing with it, and again, I'll keep you updated. What do you think of this highlighter? Do you like it? Tell me what you think, okay? And then onto the brows. I absolutely loved the Maybelline Brow Definer. The shade is perfect. It applies super easily, and my brows still look really natural. They look nice and fluffy, so going to be using this more often. And then the Designer Brands Tinted Brow Gel. It did do a good job at fluffing up the brows, but as I said, I just think the shade is a bit too dark, and I don't really like that the wand is so big, especially for someone with sparse brows like me. I really need to be precise and, you know, latch on to those few hairs that I have. I think this would be better for someone who already has really nice full fluffy brows and they just want to give them a little zhuzh. The eyeshadow palette, I think we touched on that one enough. I might give the cool tone shades a try one day and then I'll let you know my final thoughts, but for now. And then there's the Total Temptation Mascara. I have absolutely been loving this. I've been using it for about 2 weeks, I would say, and it just lengthens my lashes, it separates them and makes them look really full. This lipstick, I already knew I loved the formula. It was just trying out this shade and ooh, I'm digging it. And then the setting spray, I will have to let you know how this goes, if it does keep my makeup in place for a long time. But so far it smells good and it really just refreshes the face, so I like it. Well, that is all for me. I really hope you enjoyed watching today. It felt so good to finally sit down and film again. If you ever have any video requests, then just leave me a comment down below and let me know what you would like to see, because it's always good to know what content you like to see, and hopefully I can get that up for you. I hope you're all having a great day. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!